I am fully aware that there are those who are critical of the Cousin Oliver episodes, but I always liked them. I mean, come on, he was an adorable little feller left with the Bradys while his parents traipsed around the globe. What's not to love? Plus, he looked just like a mini John Denver, one of my favorite musicians back then. Some folks look at Cousin Oliver as the beginning of the end for the Bradys, but if you think about it, the end was already near before he even showed up. The sad reality is that the kids were just getting too darn old. Without a doubt, I can say with certainty, the demise of the Brady Bunch wasn't Cousin Oliver's fault, or the actor who played him, Robbie Rist. The show was already on its last legs. Cousin Oliver has the unique honor of having a syndrome named after him. Yup, Cousin Oliver syndrome refers to a cute child actor who's added to the cast of a long-running TV show in hopes of boosting ratings, or to replace child cast members who have grown up, usually with disastrous results. While the Brady Bunch ended after 5 seasons, I am happy to report that Robbie Rist's career did not. Over the next few years, he could be seen in shows like Chips, The Love Boat, and many more. However, for the sake of time, I'm going to focus on my favorite Robbie Rist sightings during the 70s and 80s. So you knew that I was going to talk about Big John, Little John, right?
A science teacher accidentally drinks from the fountain of youth, and Big John turns into Little John.
What a little voice! Where's it? I look like I'm 12. How can I be 12? I have a son who's 14.
Debuting on Saturday mornings on NBC a couple years after the demise of the Brady Bunch, Herb Edelman stars as a man who inadvertently drinks from the fountain of youth, I should say sips, with disastrous results. You see, John can't control when he becomes young again, which happens sporadically and without warning to great comedic effect. The show was produced by the Brady Bunch's very own Sherwood Schwartz, and really was a lot of fun. Fast forward a few more years and you'll see young Mr. Rist got the prime role of Dr. Z in the Battlestar Galactica follow-up Galactica 1980. I distinctly remember reading this article in Starlog magazine and thinking, wow, Cousin Oliver is going to be in Battlestar Galactica. However, even though the article is full of prose straight from a PR firm, it's also clear to me that Robbie was a bit of a science fiction geek, such as myself, and all of a sudden, I had to give the guy a little bit more respect. Unfortunately, after the 3-hour premiere event, another actor took over the role of Dr. Z. I'm not sure why, but end of the day, that particular switcheroo was the least of the show's problems. I've already talked at length in another video about just how disappointing Galactica 1980 was for me, so I'll stop there. At the height of the early 80s music video craze, Robbie starred in the NBC and then CBS cartoon Kid Video, where he played the keyboardist. I forget his name on the show, but what I remember is that I really liked some of the songs on that show, especially the theme song.
Tonight on Hollywood Close-Up, Kid Video comes of age.
The audience knows who Steve, Robbie, Brian, and Gabrielle are.
See how the stars are growing into their roles.
The last thing that I recall seeing him in on primetime television was an appearance in a 1985 episode of Knight Rider. I've got to say one thing for Robbie, he really did show up on a bunch of great TV shows. I think it's also appropriate to point out what looks like a drumstick ice cream cone in his hand. Man, I love those things. Alright, time to wrap things up. Let's close with a picture of Robbie and Florence Henderson. Alright, now it's your turn. Please share your memories in the comment section, and while you're at it, I'd love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I would be honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.
We'll return after these messages.
Nothing's too good for my dad. That's why I brought it here to McDonald's. for the best cheeseburger ever. The Quarter Pounder with cheese. It's not skinny. It's nice and thick the way my dad likes it. And it's got 2 pieces of cheese. It's really a neat thing. And that's the way it should be, because for my dad, it's nothing but the best.
You deserve
Right, Dad?
a break today at McDonald's.
Thank you all for standing by through and through. It's the kind of strength that lifts the shadows too. And all I gotta say is thank you all, thank you all.
Click on that thumbnail cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.